Well, hello there, friends. Thanks for popping in. I got a great little video for you today, and I want to introduce you to someone who is going to help me pitch something to you. As many of you know, I'm probably lean in the conservative direction politically, and for a long time I was a big supporter of Kenney. I actually put up a big sign, a billboard out on the highway trying to encourage him. When he started to sway to the left, I was saying, come on back. I actually put up a huge billboard that said, Premier Kenney, we know it's in you. Fight for Alberta again. And tens of thousands of vehicles drive by that highway every day and saw that sign. And just trying to send a positive message to come back. I remember Jason Kenney back in the early days. I mean, I've certainly voted for him. He seemed to be the common sense premier, taking us in a common sense direction. But in the last while, he has clearly gone a different direction. And so many people have really recognized the necessity to help show him the door, so that the party can find a new leader. And I had a friend who was telling me about something that a group of people were doing April 9th that would be able to make it possible. And so I wanted to be a part of it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a little video and hopefully convince a few of you 1%ers, those who are actually not just willing to believe right, but willing to do something, to come out on April 9th and do something that will actually make a difference. But I'm bringing a friend on today to explain to us how we can do that. Zane Novak, how are you doing? And welcome to Oil Patch Pulpit.
Well, thank you very much, Steve, for inviting me to join you. Yeah, we are living in very, very unique, significant times. And I'll just give you a quick bio on me. I live in Calgary. I was born in Lloydminster, grew up in Northern Saskatchewan, Northern Alberta all my life. Been in Calgary about 20 years, and I've become very concerned, with the direction that our politics are taking and our government's taking on all levels, municipal, provincial, and federal. So I actually, with that concern, ran for mayor in Calgary here on our last election, October of 2021. A very interesting process. I learned a lot of things, and my platform really resonated with conservative voters and also those who are concerned about how it seems like every day our rights, our freedoms, our prosperity gets eaten away bite by bite by bite. And so after the election, I still had a lot of people from that kind of demographic reaching out to me saying, I need to be an advocate. So I was fortunate to meet a couple of other individuals, and they had created, and I joined a group called Take Back Alberta. Take Back Alberta 2022, but it's Take Back Alberta. And what this is based around is the fact that the polls, the numbers, there's various indicators show that the way our current government is being led, we are at very, very high risk of having a more left-leaning socialistic government win the provincial election in May of 2023. The polls, everything indicates that the NDP are poised to have a landslide victory in May of 2023. And that's not a future that's good for me. In fact, the math looks like they could win 61 to 62 seats out of 87. It could be such a crushing defeat for a conservative style government that we may have 8 years of an NDP government. And that's not 8 years of future I want. So what Take Back Alberta is, there is, and you alluded to this, on April 9th, there is a leadership review of Jason Kenney by the party. So you have to be a party member to be part of this leadership review vote. It's April 9th. It's in Red Deer. And it is up to us as members, not the caucus, none of that. It's just us as card-carrying UCP members to go to Red Deer and vote whether we support Jason Kenney as leader of the party or not. And if for him to retain leadership, he needs 50% plus one vote. If he loses that leadership race, what happens immediately is triggers his resignation. The party will put an interim, the caucus will pick an interim leader, which is just a seat holder. It's like I always say, it's like going to the Academy Awards and they always have someone there to fill a seat when they go to the bathroom. So if the camera pans the audience, it looks like a full audience. That's basically what the interim leader is. It's not that significant. It's just a placeholder. Then you're going to see a nomination race. You're going to see a bunch of people put their nomination in, and it'll take a couple of months, 3 months for that leadership race to conclude, and we'll have a new premier.
So how many members, Zane, are there right now, party members in Alberta?
Well, interesting, and this is one of the reasons why I say that I believe that Jason Kenney will not be a successful candidate leading the party forward through the May 2023 election. When he was elected, I believe there was close to 150,000 UCP members. Yeah. And to the best of our data gathering, as of January 1st of this year, there were about 10,000.
Wow.
So
dropped.
Yeah, huge. Lost the confidence of the typical conservative voter. Now, I don't think that
how many of those people would actually show up in Red Deer to vote on something like this?
Well, see, this is our whole problem. We sit back and we criticize our leaders, we criticize our government, but it's because of apathy on our part. You know, we don't get involved. You know, less than 1% of Canadians carry a political card federally or provincially for any party. And of that 1%, about 15% would actually get out and volunteer, drop off flyers, donate, or vote in a nomination process. And so really 0.15% controls 99.85% of the population. It's apathy that has got us here.
Yeah.
And the only way we're going to change our government is by us getting involved, you know, becoming members of the constituency associations. Every one of those MLAs has a CA, constituency association. They have a president, a vice president, they have vice president of policy. They got 10 to 20 members. We need to get involved. We need to be part of that process. We need to be part of the nomination process. You know, we all sometimes laugh at our neighbors south of us on some of their antics, but 60% of eligible voters in the United States, they will vote in the primaries, which is you're just voting for the person that is going to run. And here we got 1% that even carry a card that could even vote in that. So we have to change that. So the unique thing, I don't want to make this too long. It is very, very rare that you ever get the opportunity for members of a party to vote in a leadership review. In fact, if Jason Kenney is voted out as leader on April 9th, it will be the first time in the history of Canada, especially during the Constitution and first rights, that a leader, an elected premier, has been voted out midterm by members. It's never happened before. There's been a couple who have not finished their term due to health, or the caucus has done a vote. And usually, typically, if the caucus votes and the leader doesn't get 75%, the leader will resign because he feels he's lost the room.
Right.
Jason Kenney has come out and said, if he gets 50% of the vote plus one vote, he's staying. So I think that speaks something to his arrogance.
Yeah. So our goal here is get thousands of people who will actually show up and
skin in the game.
Become a party member. Now, here's the thing. Listen to me. Even if some of you watching here saying, I'll never vote UCP, who cares? Let's just help us. You can become a party member. It costs like $10 to become a party member on a website. I'm doing that today. At the end of this video, I'm going to pay my $10 and become a party member. But you can become a party member. You can show up on April 9th. I want you to tell them about this big party. And my friend Ben was telling me about you guys, and I thought this is so cool. Basically, we just need thousands of people who actually care and who are willing to help do something here. Whether what you're going to vote in the future is between you and you, but we need you on April 9th. And actually, Zane, a lot of the people who are watching you, they are the 1%. They are the ones, because I know when I call them, they show up. I've had 700 people show up out in the middle of the woods to worship Jesus with me, and they drove from all over Alberta. These are the ones who actually care and say, you know what, I will show up. And so many of these people will. And so April 9th, what do I need to do to make sure that I have a place? And can you tell them about even this big party that you're going to do after? Sure. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun day.
I mean, what I like about Take Back Alberta is it's a unification of those of us who are of a conservative mindset and want more freedoms, less restrictions. So here are the exact steps that are so important. Number one, you do have to buy that $10 UCP membership, and you have to do it before March 19th.
March
Because
19th.
there's a
Weird.
March 19th, because there's a 21 day, you have to be a card carrying party member for 21 days before you can vote on policy.
Okay.
So you've got to buy your $10. Now you have to also buy a $100 event ticket to get in. And I know that really rankles people, but what is UCP Party booked a venue in Red Deer, the Cambridge Hotel, and they said to the hotel, we expect a maximum of 2,800 guests. And so there's a cost to that, and they have to cover that cost. However, it's not just party governance manual, it's actual CRA law. This is called a special general meeting, an SGM, and it is illegal for them to make a profit. So let's say 15,000 people show up. Well, that means that they will probably have to refund us about $75 a person because they can't make a profit on this event. So what is your skin in the game? Your skin in the game is a $10 UCP membership, $99, possibly as little as $25 for a member or for the event ticket. You're going to show up on the morning of Saturday. So it's a weekend. Most people don't even have to take time off work on a Saturday. We're going to have staging areas. We're going to give you a T-shirt. We're going to get you in. You're going to vote. You're going to come back to where we have our stage.
I get a free T-shirt?
You get a free T-shirt because we want to show up as united, organized, intellectual, structured voice of strength in numbers. You know, strength in numbers, strength in numbers. That's what we're going to be. We're going to be united. People never see that from the right. They always think we're so fractionated. We're going here, we're going there. And the left, they'll all line up and go in a row. And they think that, oh, the right will never get organized and be united. Well, we're united on this effort. And we're going to send a message to the rest of Albertans who've become apathetic and despondent with what's happening. We're going to send a message to Western Canada, and we're going to send a message out to the Laurentian elite, I always say, in Ottawa, Toronto, and Montreal, that we are organized, we're structured, we have a voice, and we have a plan. So we're going to vote on April 9th. We're going to have staging areas. We're going to have barbecues. We're going to have food. We're going to have music. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have a party. But almost more
afterwards. All that's afterwards.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be going. We're going to have that all day because it's going to be a long vote process. The voting occurs from 12 noon to 6 p.m. So you can go in the lineups, come back, hang out. We're going to have areas with water, food,
so you
all
just
that
go
kind
up,
of stuff.
Vote, and then hang out and barbecue all day.
Hang out with people that are your kind of people. And but I think what's really beautiful about this, you know, we complain about our leaders and we're fed up with the system, but we're the problem because we haven't gotten involved and we haven't held our leaders accountable. And you know what? I know that there are really, really good people who get into politics for the right reasons, but they often fail because we don't back them up. So what happens to them? They get in office and the machine chews them up and spits them out because they're standing for principle. Or there's one of three things that happen. That happens, or they become corrupted by the machine, or they run one term and they go, I am out, I'm never doing it again. But when we, as Take Back Alberta, get the premier out, then you're going to see a nomination process with a bunch of people put their names in. We're going to know a lot of the good, bad, and the ugly on them. We're going to reach out to our Take Back Alberta network. We're going to give them a synopsis on each one. We as a group are going to come up with the questions, the mandates that are important to us. And then we're going to have, and that's why we need to wear our TBA t-shirts. That's why we need to be organized. That's why we need to be united, because those nominees will come to us because they know that they're probably not going to win the leadership vote, because it's the same people that voted Kenney out, they'll be voting them in without our endorsement. So we're going to interview them and we're going to live stream feed it so all of our members can see what they are, figure out what they are, and then we can get behind the one that will resonate with us, and we're going to hold them accountable. People say to me, well, how are they not just going to do?
Accountability is the word too with this. And I can't say this enough. Many people who would say, Steve, I'm not voting UCP. There's no point. Listen, just doing this, showing up on April 9th and helping us with this, what it does is it sends a message to other leaders that we are going to hold you accountable. And if you want to go Jason Kenney on us and claim to be a conservative and then halfway through do a hard left turn and just bow to everything Trudeau, you are going to be held accountable. We will fire you and we will start with someone else. And so we need to hold leaders accountable when they don't do what they promise. And one way we can do that is by showing up on the 9th. And you know what, Zane, too, I think that a lot of people who are going to show up too, there's a lot of people who really wish they could have gone to Ottawa. You know, there's a lot of, I was one of them. I'm like, man, God bless the truckers. I prayed for those truckers. And you know what? I wish I had been there. And there's so many people who saw what was happening and their hearts were with those truckers and the way they made a sacrifice, but they just weren't able to get to Ottawa. But you know what? Many of us are able to get to Red Deer for one day in Red Deer, and we can make a difference in this nation. And so
Steve, I just want to talk to that for 1 second. I still have my class 1 license. I used to heavy haul all the time, road construction. I grew up, was living in road camps when I was 14. So I understand that. I know what it takes to shoot a truck down an 18-wheeler or bobtail an 18-wheeler from Vancouver, St. John's, Newfoundland, the whole way to Parliament or block off the border crossings. That's a lot of skin in the game. That's a lot of risk. It's a lot of effort. And they did their run. And yeah, we wanted to be there, but we couldn't. But I look at it like it's like a relay race. They started out and had that baton in their hands, and now they're handing it to us. This is now our leg of the race to run. And we're going to win this one. And I'm not sure where that baton goes from here. Maybe it goes to Saskatchewan. Maybe it fires up Manitoba or northern British Columbia. I think that this is a relay race. And the truckers started it. Now it's getting handed off to us. We're going to be a beacon and a signal to Western Canada to be an autonomous nation within a nation, to finally have our identity in this beautiful country where we're recognized. I just want a fair game. I just want it to be fair. Be fair for us. And I really believe this is going to be inspirational. We're using our Constitution to the best of our ability. We're using democracy. And you know what? For the ones who go, oh, it's so corrupt, it's so bad. You know what? To build a new political party is almost impossible. I've met Maxime Bernier. I've shook the man's hand. I really like him. 2 elections, 0 seats. What we have in front of us, we have a well-built ship. We're going to get on board. We're going to throw the captain overboard that we don't like and his henchmen. We're going to put our captain on. We're going to hold them accountable, but we're going to support them. We're going to help them do their job. And we're going to get new crew members on, and we're going to sail that ship to the goal that we want.
Well, I appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you so much for the way you've laid your life down to pull this together. You guys, I really hope that I can get a whole whack of my friends to join you. I will be there on April 9th. We're going to have a hoot. I love barbecue. And we won't, for those of you who are watching, we won't fast that day. We will eat barbecue. We're going to have a good time. I'm sure some friends of mine are going to bring guitars. We'll probably be worshiping in the parking lot. We're going to have a great time. Tell me here now, in a nutshell, in fact, I'm going to video this. I'll get my phone.
Okay, so you've got to go to the website, and you can't Google it. We are not on social media. We don't want to be out there for the trollers and the defamers. We're not on social media, we're not on Facebook, we're not on Instagram. You can't even Google us and find us. What you have to do is you got to go
www.tba, which stands for Take Back Alberta
2022.ca. And that should take you to our website.
All right, I'm there.
And then you just put in your name and your contact info. And I know some people are, oh, we don't want to share data, but the only way that we're going to be able to reach our members and let you know exactly who's running in the nomination race and who's running in your ridings, who are good MLAs, who are bad MLAs. There are some really good MLAs out there, but there's some that we need to change. So we can share information, we can support good leaders, we can get you involved, we can help you take back your province. So put your information in there, and then when you hit submit, it is going to take you to another page that says, are you a UCP member or not? If you click no, it will take you to the UCP website where you then buy your membership. It's $10 for 1 year. Put it through, make sure that within a day or two you get your UCP number. If you don't, check and make sure it came off your Visa statement or your MasterCard statement. And keep hounding them. Then you're also going to have to go to the UCP website and buy your $99 event ticket. But you know, you get people in your area, we can probably get you a bus. We can probably get you some fuel cards if you got a van full of people come down. We are here to help people get out and
Who
take their
would we
province
reach
back.
out to if we needed help, whether it be a bus ride to Red Deer or help paying a bill? Who do we reach out to?
Well, you know what? I think you should be a captain in your area. You're a focal point, an organizer. You've got my contact info. You can reach out to me. We have logistics people on our team, on our volunteer team, that will help with that. We've already got buses booked all over the province. So, Steve, you know how to get a hold of me, and I will get you to the proper people. Let's do the chain of command that way. I know it is a little bit difficult because we don't have a website that's public. We don't have a Facebook page. But you know, a couple of the reasons we don't have a Facebook page right now is because apathy. People will look at that page. Everybody clicks like. It sounds great. It sounds wonderful. All of a sudden, there's 100,000 likes on it, and everybody goes, "Oh, well, I don't have to show up and vote because that other 999,000 will." Or that 99,900. And then what happens? Everybody sits in their couch, watches Netflix, does whatever, and nobody shows up.
Yeah.
If we miss this opportunity, Steve, it's not coming back. And there's a couple of 3 things that we're going to demand of the new premier that comes in that we endorse. Number 1, it has been impossible. It's almost impossible to get a leadership review like this. That has to change. It has to be easily attained for members like you and I to hold our leaders accountable. That's number 1. Number 2, no more electronic voting in Alberta, municipally, provincially, or federally. Done. The premier has that ability. And there's a few other things we want. You know, we want our own police force. We want things like that. I don't want the RCMP kicking indoors, you know, like they did remember when the flood happened in 2013 and they went to High River, everybody evacuated, left their homes locked, secure, and they broke into all of them and seized private property and left them insecure. Like, we need a provincial force that answers to us. Yeah. And then we wouldn't have the issues like we had at Coots and other places. There's some things that we need to do.
It's exciting, man. I love it. I love your passion, and I love your guys' willingness to. I know it's a lot of work to organize something like this, but Zane, I will be there, and I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of redneck, Jesus-loving, right-wing, passionate people with me, and we'll eat barbecue, we'll vote, and you know what? I believe we're going to see good results.
We're going to make history. Steve, we are making history, and we're carrying that baton that the truckers started out with, and we're moving this country forward.
I like that.
Right on. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Hey, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. You take care.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Well, what do you think? Will you join me April 9th in Red Deer? Are you one of those ones who will not just believe good stuff, but will you do good stuff? Will you show up? And once again, I don't care if you're not planning on voting UCP. Can you at least just help us show Mr. Kenney the door? And God bless him. I pray for him. You know what? I voted for him. I believe the best for him. But he's just proved that for whatever reason, he doesn't have the ability to make the choices we need him to make at this time. And so we need to make room for a stronger conservative leader for the UCP, one who will actually make conservative promises and then keep them. So I want to show you how easy it is to do this. And I'm going to use camera so that you can see what I'm doing here. But you just simply go on to open the Safari or whatever, and go TBA for Take Back Alberta, so TBA2022.ca. Go in here, and you'll find this website here. And all you do is put in your first, last name, your phone number, and your postal code, and your email address. Click here if you agree to the privacy policy, and then click sign up. As soon as you click sign up, a little screen is going to pop up, and it's going to say, would you like to purchase a conservative membership? You say yes, and click on that, and it will take you to the UCP website where you can buy a membership. And I just did this 30 seconds ago. It's not that hard, as long as you actually use the right address and phone number. They know if you're lying, and then you have to go through it all over again. So you actually have to give them your phone number, your address, the proper postal code, And I paid for a 3-year membership. I thought, you never know, I might have to get back and come back and do this again. So anyways, I paid $25 and became a 3-year member. But you do that. When you're done that, you get your membership within 2 minutes. I think I waited 2 minutes. I got an email saying that I am now a member, and they'll in the next few days they'll send me my electronic thing, but my membership. But then I want you to check this out. There's another website. After you're a member, then you got to check this out. Go to United conservative.ca. Go to unitedconservative.ca, and you'll get to this website right here, United Conservative Party. When you get in here at the top, you'll see SGM. That stands for Special General Meeting. Click on that. That's the meeting we want to go to on April 9th. And you click on here, it says Get Tickets. Here you have early bird, $99. That's what I'm about to do. I'm going to register. I want you to notice here, youth. If you're 14 years old, you can bring your 14-year-old. How cool is that? If you're 14 or older, you can come and you can vote and make a difference. I'm going to sign up a few of my kids. I guess I only got one 14-year-old. So Benny will get signed up and he can come and vote, and I'll get my wife to join me. So that's 3 votes. And so you can register here and fill that out, and then you will have your ticket. Do this today. You can do this today. And then do me a favor. If you actually do this, would you just make a little comment in the feed below, wherever you watch this, or if you got this from me in email, shoot me an email back. Let me know that you did this. I'm just kind of curious. I'd like to know how many people. I'd love it if I got a couple hundred people who would join me on April 9th. And so let me know if you've done this and if you're going to be there. And we'll have a wonderful time April 9th in Red Deer. Thank you for being a freedom fighter. Thank you for being willing to actually do something to make a difference. Maybe we didn't get to Ottawa, but we can get to Red Deer. God bless you. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, and you'd like to get future videos of mine, just send me an email to feedback@oilpatchpulpit.com and say, Steve, I like your stuff, and I'll make sure that you get links to all of our messages for free. God bless you. We'll see you soon.